Well, this has been extremely difficult several years, actually, and this year in particular, is we continue to see funding at the national level being reduced, yet within our continuum, those suffering and living on the streets increasing. So it's that the worst storm kind of approach. And so I think we've done some very, very progressive things in our continuum, and which is by far the most complex continuum, given its size, its amount of governmental entities involved in it, and the complexity of maneuvering with all of those entities. So I think that I'm proud of this year. I'm proud of the Commission coming together on very difficult issues of how funding will be distributed, what programs can survive and can't survive, how we put priority on performance now and instead of just involvement. And so I'm proud. I was happy to be able to lead this period of time with the Commission, and I think it was a time in which we built strong consensus amongst the commissioners. And I'm happy to step down and let the next group of leaders step forward, because I'm confident they will do an excellent job.
Now, you coming from the Midnight Mission, you have kind of more of a hands-on experience. What has been your observation when you started there at the Midnight Mission, and what's going on today? What do you see going on? Are we seeing more people homeless? Are we seeing more need for this agency and homeless services?
Well, clearly, our communities continue to struggle. In spite of improving economic indicators, we still have a very significant number of Angelinos and Southern Californian people who are really suffering at that lower edge of our society and have basically lost a lot of hope. And so this agency provides that access and the funding of agencies that do such wonderful work, like mine and like many others, to give people back that self-sufficient belief and to give them their value system back that many of them have lost as a result of such a devastation and trauma in their life.
What about this challenge that Ms. Obama had when she came downtown and the mayor took it on? LA taking the lead on that. Where do you see that going, and are you looking forward to this initiative and challenge from the White House on ending homelessness?
Well, this is a great challenge. It's one that, starting with veterans makes lots of sense. I mean, I think we all feel that those who have sacrificed so much shouldn't be left out when they come back to our society. And I think in our continuum, where we have nearly 10% of that veteran homeless population here, coming to LA, showing her support and the administration's support for the activities is essential for us to make progress in that arena. The overall question of homelessness, however, is a more complicated one, and it's going to take a great deal of resource and effort for that to be achieved. I always, to some degree, have a little snicker because I'm somewhat of a student of history, and I'm not sure there's ever been a time in the history of mankind where there haven't been those who have been left out of community and society, or in fact homeless. So ending homelessness is going to be a challenge. Our job, I think, is to really start to look at what are the parts of our community that contribute to that, and how do we address those so that we can really start to strangle off really the funnels that bring people into homelessness.
What do you think the media needs to do as far as getting the word out about the homelessness situation, and how important is the homeless count that's coming up?
Well, the media plays a role. The public, this is not something that they dwell on day and night. And in fact, for many of them, they drive through areas where there's concentration of homeless, and it is not comfortable. And as a result, it's kind of a blinder effect. They want to get through and not think about that. But in our society, homelessness is so tied to other systemic problems of drug addiction and mental illness. And those issues, I think, do touch families. And so the media plays a very important role in getting out that message that this is a community issue, not a national issue. It's a community-based issue, and the community is who can make a difference. Community involvement, community people involved in looking at people, thinking about what they can do instead of just driving through a community. How can I help make that community better is in fact what will make a difference. I don't think government alone can do this.